staff have put together for you. What I said to Norma when she walked in is that she really needs to let us know when she's ready for this to come to an end so that she can get home and get back to some of the things she needs to do and rest, I imagine. But one of the things that is going around, and Kathleen Price and her kids, I think, put this together. It's a card for Norma.
Meet Norma, a living example of the best of those who inspire our youth. Only in Norma's case, her living example grows shorter by the hour as her cancer spreads. After 17 years of teaching here, Norma has come back to Newmarket Skills Center for the last time.
Norma and I had an opportunity to read a book together last year, Have a Little Faith, and it's just a great little story. And we shared it at lunch for several months. We just read a chapter or whatever we could get through at lunch. And there was a point in time where we were talking about kids and kids in her classroom, and she summed it up really beautifully for me. She said, I am currently working with several kids, one young lady in particular who is just really not there yet. And I am really searching for the right button to push on that young lady to get her turned around. And that really stuck with me as that commitment and that looking for that right button to help that individual.
I can't say enough about Norma. She has a loving, caring, compassionate spirit and a drive and a devotion to teaching. I can remember my first 2 years here and spending a lot of time in Norma's office because we had a couple students in her classroom that were dealing with a lot of struggles outside of school.
When I reflect back over my own career, I have always worked with kids with disabilities. In fact, my first teaching job was with individuals who had some pretty severe disabilities. But in that effort, we always were trying to connect kids with something meaningful related to work.
A lot of the students that come to Newmarket have chosen to come there for a particular reason. It might be that the learning style in a typical comprehensive high school doesn't fit for them. They may be having some academic challenges. They may not be engaged in the educational process. They may be disinterested. In some cases, they may be contemplating dropping out of school, or in some cases have dropped out and want to come back into the educational system. The type of learning that's provided through a skill center to where it's applied, it's real, it's directly tied. Everything that we learn, whether it's a technical skill, whether it's an academic skill such as math or science, has a direct application. So the type of education and training that's provided at a skill center like Newmarket becomes real to a student because they can apply it. They can see where it's going to benefit them.
It's me, my younger sibling, my younger sister, and my younger brother are all here right now. We were all homeschooled prior to this, and my mom found the website and she was really excited about it, and so she just thought it'd be a really good opportunity for all of us to expand our education, and so that's how I got here.
When I first came here, it was great because I got to do something that wasn't really high school related. It made me feel like more of an independent, and I could actually have a sense of self-worth.
The teachers are really good here. They treat it like it's a job, not like they're babysitting. And they tell you that. They tell you when you're not doing something correct and they ask you to change. And if you can't, then they go beyond the teachers, they go to administration, and it gets dealt with.
A lot of the teachers implement leadership games. There may be games, but we relate them to how things may be different or how it's similar to real life problems, and it really gives you a sense of how to relate your at-home life with school life and how to get through your struggles.
But a lot of this campus is professionalism, so each student really strives to be professional. And if they're not, they'll hear it from the other students, from administration, from teachers, all of that. But the teachers are really good. They're here to help you succeed, which is the best thing.
It's really great. I love it here.
When we have a student that first comes in the door, we really assess where they are, look at their high school transcript, figure out can they get to school, what hasn't been working for them in the past, why have they been out of school for so long, if they have children, do they have childcare for the setup, do they have a place to stay, do they have a way to get here. So we really want to assess those initial needs because those barriers are what keep students from coming to school and keep them from being successful. So we really want to address those needs first. And then we can look at what do they want to do here? What are they excited about? Do we have a program that fits their interest? And hopefully we do, because that's what's going to continue to keep them here. So what's so exciting for me about being at Newmarket is, number one, we're a school of choice, so students choose to be here. And number two, we have the ability to really connect with students in the 2.5-hour time block that they're here in each program, to build connections with them. And I find more strongly than anything else, we can't impact students until we have their trust built and we built that connection with them. That's when we find out what's going on outside of school. That's when we find out what their needs are.
I think what really makes Joe's leadership at Newmarket unique is that most schools you go into and you hear the slogan, we're here for the kids, or it's about the kids. Joe's created a culture at Newmarket to where it really is about the kids.
I hear, and sometimes I cringe a little bit when I hear kids say that Newmarket is just different than my comprehensive high school. They treat me like an adult here, not like a kid. And the reason I cringe is that I don't feel it's a fair comparison to compare us to a comprehensive high school because of the opportunity that we have with the number of hours that we spend with the kids. And I say to kids, you know, if you could separate that out, the reason that any one of us get up every morning and go off to work or school is because it's a place we feel good about. We want to be there.
I've had an opportunity to work with a lot of school districts and colleges across the country, and the type of culture and leadership at Newmarket, I think, is really unique. It's really a safe environment. You get that from the time that you walk through the door.
It's hard to put your finger on it, but somebody said, Joe, it's just the culture here is different than other environments. But it's that trust and faith that people have in one another and stepping up.
It's that positive place that we are in of loving education, loving students, wanting to see them excel and reach their goals.
What I saw in Norma, and I see it in teachers who stay within the profession, is the commitment and the work ethic that it takes to make it work.
Norma loved teaching, and she was an excellent teacher, and she incorporated all of those values that you would hope to have in an educator, and the students knew it, and they knew it was a safe place, and they knew she was there for them.